It's this beautiful and simple design featuring single crochets and beads that are thread through them. On this video, I'll teach you how to do this simple beaded edge. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 3. So for this design, you're going to start with a foundation chain of any number of chains plus 1 for your base chain. In my case, I have 16 chains, and you're going to be needing the same amount of beads minus 1. So for example, if you're going to start with a foundation chain of, let's say, 25, you would need 24 beads. I have 16 chains, so I need 15 beads. And I've threaded my beads prior, so they're all kind of just hanging around here, and I'll show you how to use them as you go along. You might have to push them to make sure that you have space from your working yarn. We're going to begin with row 1. For row 1, you're going to skip the first chain and go into the second one with a single crochet. And for this row, you're just going to do single crochets into each chain of the foundation chain. So go into each one of the chains with your hook, complete a single crochet, and I'll see you when you're at the end. Okay, this here is the end of row 1. I've done 1 single crochet into each one of the chains. Now for the next row, we will be using the beads. Like I'll be adding the beads to my stitch, and so that's going to be the end of the design. However, if you want to make more of these rows of single crochets to have a thicker border, you can do that. So if you want to do that on your next row, and however many rows you want of that, you'd start with a chain 1, flip your work, and then do 1 single crochet into each stitch of the row. And continue doing that until you have the width that you want. In my case, I'm going to move on to row 2, which is the one where you add the beads. So for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and flip your work. Now we're going to place the bead close to our hook. So for that, I'm going to be grabbing our beads, pulling them through to get them closer to my hook. I only need the 1. So I'm pushing it all the way until it's basically right at the base of the hook. And now we're going to just complete our single crochet into the first stitch. So go into that first stitch and do a single crochet. And that's gonna, on the other side, just kind of show that exposed bead. And this is what we're gonna be doing all the way to the end. The repeat basically starts by bringing your bead close to your hook. So for that, you can kind of just use your fingers. Bring your bead closer to the hook. There we go. And now we're going to be going into the next stitch with a single crochet. This is a bit of a dance, making sure that you have beads close enough, but also far away enough that you can pull, like use that yarn for your stitch. So let me do it again. Bring the bead through, closer to the hook. Continue pushing there. Go into the next stitch with a single crochet. And there we go. And this is what it's going to look like on the other side. You'll have those exposed beads just facing the right side of the work. And that's what you want to do all the way to the end. Bring the bead and then do single crochet into the next stitch, bead, single crochet, bead, single crochet. I'm going to do this all the way to the end. Oh, sorry. I need a bead here. I'm going to do this all the way to the end, and I'll see you when I'm done. So I just finished the end of row 2 here. I've done 1 single crochet into each stitch with that bead in between. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off my yarn, thread my ends through, and then show you what this looks like. All right, so here you have it. This is just a really easy way to add beads to your work. As I mentioned previously, if you add more rows of single crochets, then you'd have like a thicker border. But just to give you a little swap or a little sample, this is what it looks like. Super duper cute. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.